Hey everybody, it's Chris from Smithy Fitness. Welcome back, good to see you. So it's almost the end of August, which brings September 1, which is almost like a new year, right? The kids go back to school. Summer vacation is more or less officially over, certainly by Labor Day, which is the 5th or the 6th this year. So I always like to set goals, and this year I've got a really special goal, and I thought I'd share with you what I'm trying to accomplish and maybe inspire you to set some pretty big goals. Tim Grover says, set outrageous goals and believe you can make them. And that's the secret, is the belief. So anyway, let's talk about it. The title of this video is The Path to the World Championships, the next 100 days. So back in April, and I had a video on this, I qualified for the World Weightlifting Championships, which are being held in Orlando around December 5th. So it's around 100 days, not exactly. When I wrote this out in my mind, it was 100 days. We're a little short of that now. But I qualified in April. I snatched 61 kilos and clean and jerked 87 kilos, which was enough to qualify for the world. So it's very exciting. The fact that it's in the Eastern time zone is great for me as I'm in Toronto. So I'm psyched and I really want to make an impact. So here's some of the things I'm trying to accomplish over the next 100 days leading up to that meet. As a background, I am in the 60 to 64-year-old category class. I'm an 81 kilo lifter, which means I've got to come in at 81 kilos or less. Now, right now, I'm very light. In fact, I'm about 74.5 kilos. For my American friends out there who aren't quite as familiar with kilos, 1 kilo equals 2.2 pounds. So you can do the math. The weightlifting world is all by kilos. So I'm just going to talk that way, and maybe I'll throw in the odd pound equivalent. Anyway, so this is the category I'm in. My current PR of snatch and clean and jerk, I'll always have the snatch first, clean and jerk second. My current is 67 kilos and 90 kilos. I did this in May, and that was before my hernia surgery. So I've had about 3 months of various injuries. The hernia was no fun at all. That was probably the month before the operation I didn't lift, or I lifted very light. And then the 3 weeks after, 2-3 weeks after, I was getting back into it, and then I was hit by a couple of other things, a sore hip. I had gout, which I did a video on that just a few days ago. So it's been a kind of a rough 3 months, but I feel I've got it together now and gonna make some waves. So 67.90, my current PRs. The last meet, which was in April, I went 61.87. And here's what I need. I need 70.95. So this is about 155 pounds, and this is about 210, actually 209 pounds clean and jerk. And where I am right now, I figure I'm about 50 and 70, basically because I haven't done the Olympic lifts in a few months. I have been working out in the home gym as much as I can, doing deadlifts and squats and shoulder press. So I'm not in bad shape, but I'm not in great shape at the moment. So I've got a lot of moving to do as far as my numbers. So okay, so I need to get 70.95. I'm at 50.70. How the hell am I going to do that? So first I'm going to train 4 days a week. I'm going to do some separate mobility work. That might include yoga class. It might include just sort of a stretch course that I've got that I just have to go through and work on it. But I'll do those in the mornings, and the 4 days a week is plenty for Olympic weightlifting. It's a tough sport. I've got to put on 6 kilos, which is about 12 pounds. And that's a lot of weight to put on. Certainly some of it's going to be fat, but obviously I want as much muscle as possible. Now, I'm going to separate my calories 75-25% fat to protein. So 75% fat, that's going to be fatty meats, butter, maybe sour cream, duck grease, which is another form of animal fat. And the protein is obviously the meat, the ground liver, lots of eggs. I'll be eating many dozens of eggs. And of course, 75, 25 equals 100, which equals 0 room for carbs. And that's what I'm aiming for. So to put on 6 kilos and not have any cupcakes or croissants or any even alcohol, I'll certainly have the odd drink, but I'm going to bring it way down because this is important. This is my chance. I've got a chance to make a splash on the world stage. So that's a big deal. So I'm not fooling around. Visualization is important, to believe, as Grover said. You've got to believe your own bullshit, so to speak. Okay, you've got to believe that you can do great things, and that comes to positive thinking, the mirror work. I did a video on this a couple of years ago, but one thing I say to myself in the mirror is, I am the fucking king. And you know what? Once in a while, the F word is really good because it emphasizes it. I am the fucking king. And that's something that I got to bring to all my training sessions. The next thing, I've got to avoid injury. Now, this is a big one for sure. And that's really why I want to go low or 0 carb and sugar, because that will keep the inflammation down. Okay, it's the sugars in the system that bring the inflammation, bring the injuries. All carbs convert to sugar in your body. So, if you're trying to lose weight or maximize athletic ability, bring your carb intake down, 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 down. No pastas, no breads, no fruits, no vegetables. I know, crazy. Do the best you can. Just bring it down, or at least that's what I'm saying to myself. Right now I'm in day 9 of 0 carb. I am going to keep it going for a while. And then the usual, you've got to sleep, and that's got to be prioritized. Maybe some massage. We have something we call the legs, which is like a massage tool that we have upstairs. I'll be using that a lot, but also go to a professional masseuse from time to time when my system is just feeling a little bit too knotted up. And then the cold baths, or cold showers, but for me it'll be cold baths. I've been doing some of this, the Wim Hof method. There's no doubt in the world that the cold will increase your ability to fight inflammation and to stay healthy. It's uncomfortable, but it's something that I've implemented in the past and implementing now. So avoiding injury is huge. Obviously, having high mobility will help a lot. And when I've got the heavy weights, I'm not being pushed into a position that my body can't take. So that's avoiding injury. Now, I've broken down the goals, and you might want to do this for yourself. And in fact, when I'm talking this, I want you to think about what you can accomplish. What amazing thing, what's something outside the usual. There's your box. Set some goal out here that's an outsized goal. Now, there's about 125 days to the end of the year. So maybe focus on that as what you can accomplish by December 31. Losing weight, adding muscle, bringing out the bicep vein, the striations through the chest, becoming a real athletic specimen. Or maybe your goal is to make a whack of money in the market, and that's a great goal and requires a plan as well. So keep that in mind. Now, so for me, I'm breaking it down month by month. These are my markers along the way to see that I'm on path. Again, I'm going to say snatch first, clean and jerk second. So I'm going to snatch 60 and clean and jerk 83 by the end of September, 65-90 by the end of October, and 70-95 by the end of November. Again, you can go back and look at my channel. I've got lots of examples of me snatching and overhead squatting. In fact, I'll put up the video from the competition where I hit this 61-87 below, so you can see what the lifts look like if you're not familiar with the snatch and the clean and jerk. These are called the Olympic lifts. There is it's been one of the mainstays in the Olympics since the early days. It's just a wonderful sport, brings in strength, mobility, headspace, because it's kind of scary. You're putting a lot of weight overhead. It's awesome. I'm very excited. So these are my markers along the way. The only way I'm going to hit this 70-95 is by putting the weight on. It'd be very, very, very difficult for me to hit those heavy weights without being a bigger, stronger version of myself. So right now I'm pretty lean, and like I said, I'm in good shape, but I am not in 70, 95 shape. I'm not even in 65, 90 shape. Even this, I'm gonna have to get to say 77 kilos. So this is huge, and to do it eating clean is gonna be a job. Already I'm eating a lot, and I'm barely, nudging the scale. So I've got to really focus on that. And here's the reward: Podium. Imagine being top 3 in the world. That's exciting for me. It'll bring some fame, and yes, I have an ego, and I will not fight a little bit of fame. And then it's sexy AF. What the hell? I'm still a man, even though I'm in my 60s. Who doesn't want to look good, feel good, have some fame, and be up there on the world stage? So it's an exciting time. As I said, set some big goals for yourself. My whole channel is about inspiring and not being afraid of your age, those numbers, because by doing the right things, we can keep our T levels, our testosterone levels, at really high levels naturally. You don't have to go to TRT. And you can accomplish some amazing things. We can't let the mind and the socializing of, you're old, or, slow down, be careful, all that kind of BS. That doesn't apply to us. We're really trying to make something happen in our lives. So this is my plan. I'm sticking with it. What I'll do is I'll do an update as we get to September, October, November. I will be posting, and I do post a lot of my lifts, or some of my lifts, on Twitter. You can follow me there. I'll put the link in the description, in the show notes below. Smithy Fitness TO, I think, is my handle on Twitter. And let me know down below what your goals are and what you're hoping to accomplish. Let's do it together. Let's build each other up, do that mirror work, and it's an exciting time. All right, guys, I've been babbling a little bit here, but listen, thanks a lot for staying to the end. Appreciate it. Work hard, and I'll talk to you in the next one.